The first thing my aunt said after tasting my food wasn't thank you. She pushed the plate away, wrinkled her nose, and said, "You really should stop cooking. Not everyone is meant for the kitchen." Everyone laughed. Not the warm kind. The awkward kind that tells you no one is coming to save you. We were sitting at my parents' house for Sunday dinner, the same table we'd gathered around my whole life. I had cooked that meal from scratch. I had followed the recipe twice, checked every step, tasted everything carefully. I was nervous but proud, and she destroyed it in one sentence. My Aunt Carla had always been like this. Loud. Confident. Certain she was right about everything. She had strong opinions about food, parenting, money, and especially me. "You're too sensitive," she'd say whenever I looked hurt. "I'm just being honest." That night, she went on. "This chicken is dry," she said. "The seasoning is off. And don't even get me started on the sauce." She took another bite anyway, shaking her head dramatically. "I don't know why you even try," she added. "Some people just don't have it." I smiled. Or at least, I tried to. My hands were shaking under the table. I told myself not to react. Don't give her the satisfaction. My mom shot me an apologetic look. My cousins avoided my eyes. No one spoke up. That was the pattern. Carla said what she wanted. Everyone else stayed quiet. This wasn't the first time she'd done it. Every family gathering, every holiday, every birthday dinner, she found something wrong with my cooking. Too salty. Too bland. Too oily. Too dry. Once, she told me my soup tasted like sad water. Another time, she asked if I had learned to cook from the internet or just guessed. She never criticized anyone else like that. Just me. At first, I thought I really was bad at cooking. I stopped inviting people over. I avoided bringing dishes to potlucks. I let Carla's voice sit in my head while I chopped vegetables alone in my kitchen. "You don't have it. Why do you even try?" I almost quit completely. But something about it didn't sit right with me. Because when Carla wasn't around, people liked my food. My friends asked for seconds. My coworkers asked for recipes. One of them even told me my pasta tasted like something from a restaurant. But the moment Carla walked in, suddenly everything was terrible. I started paying attention. She never explained how to fix anything. She never gave tips. Just insults. And she always said them loudly, in front of others. It wasn't about food. It was about control. About being the expert. The authority. The woman everyone listened to. Cooking was her thing. Her identity. She loved telling stories about how everyone begged for her recipes, how people requested her dishes at holidays. And I was stepping into that space. So she pushed me out. If you find this story good, please like and subscribe our channel. It's free for you but helps us a lot to keep sharing real stories like this. The breaking point came a few weeks later. We were planning a big family dinner for my grandmother's birthday. Everyone was assigned a dish. When it came to me, Carla laughed. "Maybe you should just bring drinks," she said. "Let the rest of us handle the cooking." Something in me snapped. "I'll cook," I said calmly. The table went quiet. Carla raised an eyebrow. "Are you sure that's a good idea?" "Yes," I said. "I'm sure." She smiled, but it wasn't friendly. "All right. Don't say I didn't warn you." That night, I went home angry. Not loud angry. Focused angry. I replayed every comment she had ever made. Every laugh at my expense. Every time I had swallowed my embarrassment to keep the peace. And then a thought crossed my mind. A small one at first. Then it grew. Carla guarded her recipes like secrets. She bragged about them constantly, especially one dish everyone loved. A creamy baked pasta she brought to every major event. People raved about it. Asked for it by name. She always refused to share the recipe. "Family secret," she'd say. But I remembered something. Years ago, when I was younger, I had helped her clean her kitchen after a party. I remembered seeing a printed recipe on the counter. Folded. Stained. Not handwritten. Printed. From somewhere else. The memory stuck with me. I didn't plan anything that night. Not yet. I just opened my laptop and started searching. And there it was. Her secret recipe. Word for word. From a popular cooking website. Same ingredients. Same steps. Same cooking time. My heart started beating faster. I wasn't angry anymore. I was curious. What would happen if she tasted her own food and didn't know it was hers? I didn't decide anything right then. But for the first time in years, I went to bed smiling. Because I realized something important. Carla didn't hate my cooking. She hated that I was brave enough to try. And I wasn't done yet. I didn't tell anyone what I had found. Not my mom. Not my cousins. Not even my closest friend. I needed this to work. And for it to work, it had to be clean. Quiet. Invisible. Over the next few days, I tested the recipe at home. Carla's recipe. I followed it exactly as written, measuring everything twice, reading every step carefully. I cooked it once. Then again. Then a third time. Each time it came out perfect. Creamy. Balanced. Comforting. The same dish everyone praised her for. I felt something strange while tasting it. Not anger. Not excitement. Just clarity. She hadn't been born with special talent. She hadn't mastered some secret technique. She had copied a recipe and built her confidence on everyone else's silence. And she had spent years tearing me down to protect that image. The family dinner was set for Saturday night. Everyone was coming. Aunts, uncles, cousins, neighbors. My grandmother's birthdays were always big, loud, full of opinions and overlapping conversations. Carla would be there early, of course. She always was, walking in with her dish like a trophy, waiting for praise. This time, I would bring the pasta. I told my mom a few days before. Just casually. "I'm making the main dish," I said. She hesitated. "Are you sure you want to deal with Carla's comments again?" "Yes," I said. "I'm sure." She studied my face for a moment, then nodded. "Okay." I didn't sleep much the night before the dinner. Not because I was nervous about cooking, but because I was thinking about what might happen if this didn't go the way I imagined. What if she recognized it? What if she accused me of copying her? What if no one noticed? I reminded myself of one thing over and over. I wasn't doing this to embarrass her. I was doing this to stop feeling small. The next day, I started cooking early. I wanted no mistakes. No rushed steps. No room for her to say it tasted off. When the dish came out of the oven, golden and bubbling, my kitchen smelled warm and rich. I tasted it one last time. Perfect. I packed it carefully and drove to my parents' house. When I walked in, Carla was already there. She glanced at the dish in my hands and smirked. "What did you bring?" "Pasta," I said. Her smile tightened. "Oh, brave choice." I set it on the counter without responding. Dinner started an hour later. Plates were passed around. People filled their forks. Conversations overlapped. Carla took her first bite without even looking at me. Then she paused. She took another bite. Slower this time. I watched her closely, pretending to listen to my cousin talk about work. She frowned slightly. Then her expression changed. "Well," she said loudly, "this is actually very good." The table went quiet. My heart slammed into my ribs. "The sauce is rich," she continued. "The seasoning is balanced. Whoever made this finally learned what they're doing." A few people laughed. I stayed silent. Someone asked, "Who made it?" Carla waved her hand dismissively. "It doesn't matter. It's good. That's what matters." She took another bite. Then another. "I'd even say," she added, "it's one of the better pastas we've had here." I felt heat spread through my chest. Not pride. Relief. People started complimenting the dish, asking how it was made, saying it tasted familiar, comforting. Carla nodded along, clearly enjoying the moment. "Some people just have a natural sense for flavor," she said. I met my mom's eyes. She looked confused, but curious. Halfway through dinner, my aunt leaned over to Carla. "This tastes just like your pasta," she said. Carla laughed. "Of course it does. I taught everyone in this family how to cook." I almost smiled. After dinner, as people were clearing plates, Carla came into the kitchen where I was helping my mom. She crossed her arms. "So," she said, "where did you get the recipe?" I looked up at her. "Online." She scoffed. "Figures." I nodded. "From a cooking website." Her expression flickered for half a second. "Which one?" she asked. I named it. Her face froze. "Just slightly. Just enough." "That site steals recipes," she said quickly. "They probably copied mine." I tilted my head. "Really?" "Yes," she said. "Too fast. Happens all the time." I didn't argue. Not yet. Later that night, people gathered in the living room for cake. Someone mentioned the pasta again. Carla smiled proudly. "I'm glad everyone enjoyed it." I took a breath. "I'm glad too," I said. "It was your recipe after all." The room went silent. Carla laughed. "What?" I reached into my phone and pulled up the webpage. "The recipe," I said calmly. "The one you've been using for years." I handed her the phone. She stared at the screen. Her mouth opened. Closed. "That's not," she started. "It's exactly the same," my cousin said, peering over her shoulder. "Ingredients. Steps. Cooking time. Word for word." Carla's face flushed red. She tried again. I spoke before she could finish. "You told everyone it was a family secret. You told me my cooking was terrible for years. And tonight, you praised this dish without knowing it was yours." Silence pressed down on the room. No one laughed. No one defended her. For the first time, Carla looked small. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't insult her. I just stood there calm. "I don't need you to like my cooking," I said. "I just need you to stop tearing me down." She didn't respond. She didn't apologize either. But she didn't say another word that night. And that was enough. The room didn't explode the way I imagined it might. There were no raised voices. No shouting. No dramatic exit. Just silence. The kind of silence that makes people uncomfortable because it forces them to think. Carla handed my phone back without looking at me. Her hands were shaking slightly. She sat down on the couch and stared at the floor, suddenly very interested in a spot on the rug. No one rushed to defend her. That surprised me more than anything. For years, people had laughed along with her comments, shrugged them off, told me, that's just how she is. But now that the truth was sitting in front of them, clear and undeniable, they didn't know what to do with it. My grandmother broke the silence first. So you've been telling everyone this was your recipe? She asked quietly. Carla didn't answer. You let her feel embarrassed over and over, my grandmother continued, nodding toward me. For no reason. I was just joking, Carla muttered. My mom spoke then. Her voice was calm but firm. It never felt like a joke. Carla looked up, eyes darting around the room, searching for someone to save her. No one did. I didn't feel happy. I didn't feel proud. I felt lighter. Like something heavy I had been carrying for years had finally been set down. The rest of the night passed strangely. Conversations resumed, but softer. More careful. Carla stayed quiet, picking at her cake without eating much. She left early, making an excuse about a headache. As she walked out, she didn't look at me. For the first time, I didn't chase her approval either. The next few weeks were different. Family gatherings felt calmer. Quieter. Carla still came, but she kept her comments to herself. When she did speak about food, it was neutral. Observational. Almost polite. She never criticized my cooking again. Once she even said, "This is nice," and moved on. No sarcasm. No laugh. Just words. It was strange how powerful that change felt. People started asking me for recipes. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Just small, genuine questions. How did you make this? Can you send me the steps? I said yes every time. Not because I wanted to prove anything, but because I finally believed I deserved to be there. One afternoon, my mom pulled me aside while we were washing dishes. "I'm proud of you," she said. I smiled. "For the cooking? For standing up for yourself," she replied. "You didn't embarrass her. You didn't insult her. You just told the truth." That meant more to me than Carla's praise ever could have. A month later, Carla called me. I almost didn't answer, but I did. Her voice sounded different. Quieter. Less certain. I wanted to say, "I shouldn't have treated you the way I did," she said. I was wrong. It wasn't a perfect apology. She didn't explain herself fully. She didn't take complete responsibility. But it was enough. "I accept," I said. After we hung up, I sat in my kitchen for a long time, thinking about how close I had come to quitting something I loved because of someone else's insecurity. Cooking wasn't just about food for me anymore. It was about confidence. About trusting my own taste. About understanding that some people criticize not because you're bad, but because they're afraid of losing their place. Carla didn't lose anything that night. She lost her power over me. And that made all the difference. The funny part is, if she had just been kind from the beginning, none of this would have happened. I would have kept doubting myself. I would have kept shrinking. Instead, she pushed me far enough that I finally stood still. Now, when I cook, I don't wait for approval. I don't scan faces for reactions. I don't brace myself for comments. I enjoy it. I experiment. I mess up sometimes. And I laugh when I do. Because mistakes don't mean failure. They mean you're trying. And trying is something no one gets to take away from you. If you've ever been told you're bad at something you love, if someone's honesty has slowly crushed your confidence, if you've been made to feel small in rooms you belong in, remember this. Sometimes the quietest response is the loudest truth. And sometimes, the best revenge isn't proving someone wrong. It's no longer letting them decide who you are. If you find this story good, please like and subscribe our channel. It's free for you but helps us a lot to keep sharing real stories like this.